for a greater treasure. In the mainland, this is worth a small fortune.
She looks and she says, "What in the hell is Spoon the World Tour?"
My queen, I thought you, as cultured as you were, would know about the Spoon the World tour. Have you not heard about it?
I'm
Everybody's talking about it.
I'm afraid I have not. In fact, no. Please do not tell me. Even though I do, I do love to hear about lore of other cultures as with the elf and her ritual. But no, I do not want to know what this Spoon the World Tour shirt. Well, what the hell? Go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and tell me what this Spoon the World means.
I'm gonna pull out 2 spoons and start putting on a performance, and look to my companions to try to get into it too.
As you're doing that, she claps her hands and she says, "Thero, please kill them. Get them out of here." She kind of tilts her head and she just doesn't know what to say. And then as you finish up your performance, she says, "That was odd."
I promise you, though, Queen, if you plan on opening up trade, especially beyond Cholt, and you want to hit the mainland, you need to know about the Spoon the World tour. It's the talk of everybody, and these T-shirts are they're invaluable.
Are they worth their weight in gold?
More.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, I'll even autograph it for you.
Oh, it's a deal. Give me that spoon and give me that shirt and give me that autograph. I will tell you everything you need to know about Omu. Let's hurry and finalize the deal.
and the plant too, of course, right?
Why don't you, Mr. Mouth? She looks at Mr. Negotiator. Why don't you give me a small trinket as well, Mr. Mouth?
And I'll pull out one of my daggers, and I will talk this dagger up as if it's one of the most treasured items from the mainland as well.
Give me a persuasion check on that, man.
I'm trying.
Oh, she says, "Oh, a prize indeed." Nice roll, man. God, you always got good rolls, man. A nice prize indeed. Very well. I will mark on your map, seeing that you've all pulled your maps out. I will show you where Omu is. It is between the peaks of flame to the southwest and the valley of lost honor. And she actually uncovers a huge portion of your map. And she says, "Omu is here," and she points directly onto the map. And she takes the orchid out of the flower pot and she hands it over to you, Darganoth. And she says, "This orchid is the key. Like I said, there are many Yuan-Ti in Omu. However, this orchid does unlock a secret location." And she tells you that there's, she goes into the story about, she goes into the history of Omu. She goes into the legends of the 9 gods. There's 9 trickster gods. And there's temples for every one of these gods. But there is a secret entrance where you can, basically go into the lower depths of Omu. And this is actually where Rosni has his lair. And, she gives you the secret entrance to the Fane. And this orchid unlocks it. And it's to the south of Omu. It's actually on the very, very, very outskirts of Omu. And she says, you can avoid everything, and you can get into the Fane of the Night Serpent, that it is called. and it is behind a bunch of palms and thorny bushes. And she puts another location on the map, and then she puts, more details and stuff like this. And she says it is very, very, very hard to find. Only a few Yuan-ti know about it. And there you go. You have a secret location. And this orchid, there is a plant, and it is missing a flower. And you basically take this orchid and you plug the orchid into the missing stem, and then behind all of the palms, the thorny bushes, it will all separate, and then there will be a stairwell that descends down into the Fane of the Night Serpent. And this is where you can find Rosni. And she says there's many riches down there. You can take as much as you want. She just wants, rulership of Omu back, basically. And she's willing to give pretty much anything that she has down there, that, whatever's left that Rosni probably hasn't, but he's a traditionalist, so there's probably still a lot of treasure down there, and you can take as much as you want, as much as you can carry, basically, is what she says. The secret entrance to the Fane.
And could we also have leave to explore Nangalore a little bit? We do love to find and discover new places, and this place is very intriguing to us.
What else are you looking for?
I
can help you.
We just like to travel and explore and draw maps of all the places we see, and it really bothers us when our maps are incomplete.
You love to talk a lot, don't you?
I mean, I love to talk a lot too.
I can see that.
Especially with somebody as beautiful as you, my queen.
Oh, would you like to see my face? I like you would say that.
I like to keep a little mystery. I like to keep a little mystery.
That's good. So that would probably be wise at this point. So she tells you that to the north, and I'll kind of uncover everything as we go. There is a flooded garden, which is right here. And basically, this is where, if you need to, you can take a bath. There's all kinds of fish and turtles. There's lizards, but she says there's nothing that will threaten you in there. And she says, you have my word. Then over here, on the most northwestern part, this is as I uncover it, this is a pagoda. And this is, she says, it was beautiful once, but no servants come. It's basically it's fallen apart over time. There's no more beauty left in it. There's nothing there, except for there are a couple of creatures, and I would stay away from there. There's some creatures over there. Stay away. It could be bad for you. But then again, you have a great skill set. You can detect poison and everything else, so maybe you could challenge them. But why would you want to challenge them when you would probably want to get to Omu and help me get my throne back? She also tells you that there's a couple of other, and she seems a little, I don't want to say crazy, but like I said, Vay, last time that you were here, you were able to say that she's probably, you could get, you got that scent of, that hallucinogen as you saw these couple little small chamber pots kind of burning something.
Right.
So yeah, she's probably on these hallucinogens that are growing wildly everywhere in these gardens. So yeah, but she tells you that there's some other gardens. Watch out for the man-eater plants. There is also, let's see. Oh, there are some spiders that like to dwell in the very southwestern corner of Fangalore as well. But she says that that is everything about Nangalore, and basically here's I'll delete the mask too, so you guys can see everything.
So those aren't hammocks; those are webs.
Those no, those are webs, my lady.
I appreciate your time and all this information. I think we should see to help and restore your throne in Omu now, unless my colleagues have anything they'd like to add.
Some of you are quiet. This one talks so much for everyone. I can just imagine it. Please speak up if you have any other questions. Okay, then get out of my hair. Be gone. And come back and tell me when you have killed Rosni, and bring me that serpent's head. Now be gone with you.
All right, I'm okay.
Is there anything I can put in my inventory to note that I have this plant, or?
Yeah, you just right click and put black orchid. Just create an item and say black orchid, whatever.
Okay.
Like I said, this is the entrance to the Serpent of the Vein of the Serpent, the underground layer of Omu, and also of this Rosni that has betrayed her and is now ruling Omu, and has for some time. So let's give you guys some experience. You guys will get another 417 experience. And in fact, I think I might go ahead and load up all of the other XP, possible XP parcels as well. So we will, I'll get that added to you here in a little bit.
Oh, cool. We cleared the map.
I took the mask off, yeah. She tells you everything that has to do with this place.
Bonus XP.
No, bonus XP, why not? Yeah. You got the bonus XP from the quest giver.
Guys, I didn't even know that there might be an issue. I noticed that she's serving food, and I was like, well, here's my chance to use that spell. Got so lucky.
The first time in 5 years of playing 5e, I have used detect poison.
I rarely eat. You rarely eat, like, in a game, other than food that you already have,
Yeah.
So I was being offered food from someone else, so I figured, here's a chance to use that spell.
I like it.
Glad I stuck with it.
Yeah.
We want to go and fight the spiders?
Nah, I think we could just.
Now we're getting the XP for them anyway.
Yeah, but they're creepy.
The different personalities of D&D all in one conversation.
Right.
You want to go kill stuff? We're getting XP anyway.
Well, I think
we
you
should
guys,
head on.
you guys were wanting to go to that shipwreck that was in the jungle that you guys had seen from Orlunga.
The thought of having an airship of our own, out of character, being a huge Final Fantasy fan since Final Fantasy 1 all the way through, well, the recent ones are questionable. I would love to have an airship, though.
That's a pretty good long trek out of the way if we were thinking about working our way back to Nyanzaru, though.
How much longer before our boat's ready?
It was about 10 days, they said. So we
You
could
guys
have.
We spent some time
so-
getting here, right?
No, you spent no time at all. You teleported. You paid the 100 gold to teleport close to Nangalore. Remember
Oh,
that?
that's right.
Think of how quickly we could explore everywhere with an airship if we could get it. We got pirates too.
I like the idea of starting trekking back up north towards North Parnes, Naranzaru, and checking out the places along the way.
It looks like if we go north along this river Olong, we can check out this Kir Sabal place. And then the other places right above that.
Just boat
Yeah,
it back
agree.
to Port Nyanzaru, pick up our other ship, go around the coast looking for pirates, and then maybe hit up the wreck of the Star Goddess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll hop on my flying broom and just hover along beside you guys.
I was waiting for you to use that new item that you bought, Vay.
Well, okay, I'm ready for any
Screw that boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screw that boat. I'm
If
going to
she
use my
hadn't
flying
taken that broom, I was gonna take it. That thing
Really?
is awesome. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of opportunities that in D&D games where you can have a flying broom or a flying carpet or something like that. I mean, and plus she can,
Oh my
she
God.
can actually carry people too on it, which is pretty cool.
I like
Oh,
the
no,
idea
no,
of
I
a
can't.
flying broom too, though.
That's pretty cool, Vay. I wonder if they make a spoon version.
Oh God!
God, I hope not.
So we need where's our ship, guys? Is it back up here?
It's on the other
Nyanzaru?
map of Nangalore.
Oh, there it is. There it was right on Nyanzaru. Somebody moved it up there. That's good. So here we go. We're back on the river Olong, and you guys know that this river, as you guys as Shen, as you're putting your magical folding boat into the water. The water here is actually in this river is actually quite warm, a lot warmer than the other rivers that you've been on, and this river actually travels the opposite way. So this is actually traveling from north to south, and as you look at your map, it's probably coming from Kitcher's Inlet anyway, which is far to the north. But then again, that 10 days ago, that your newly found possible allies, this Artist Simber and this Dragonbait, they were stopping by Mesro first. If they're there, you may run into them. That's something that would possibly, but seeing that you guys are supposed to meet them at Omu in 2 days time, or 2 days time, they're probably not there. I mean, that's the conclusion that you would actually come up with. But yeah, this water travels from north to south. So
I mean, for sure, we got a lot of things to do to cover more ground. Maybe we should split the party, guys. Joking. Just-
Yeah, you go ahead and go over land. I'm staying in the boat.
I'll take the air.
So there's this is actually a pretty dangerous river as well, because there's some rapids at some point, so there may need to be some type of navigation, but that should be no problem. You've got Captain Shen of the Finn, so he's a sailor, tried sailor through and through. So so how are you guys gonna take this normal at two hexes a day, or are you gonna try to rush it and go 4 a day? But then again, you'll have to do exhaustion rolls, because you'll basically be going from sun up to sundown, trying to get the most out of this folding boat, taking advantage of the winds, etc.
I don't see the rush. We're not going to make it to Omu to meet them anyway.
Well, yeah, because they don't know the true location of Omu. You do, so.
Let's just
Alright.
normal pace it, guys.
Sure, let's do it.
Agreed.
Okay.
Wonder why we agreed to meet people at a place that no party knew the location of.
We're gonna go.
Let's
we're
just
gonna
meet
take this.
Please.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. So you get two hexes. Oh no, actually you get. No, I doubled it. You get 4 hexes a day. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Does anybody have the river?
I do.
This
Okay.
is always Shen's area. His
Yeah,
boat,
Shen?
his rolls.
Yeah, give me an encounter. You're safe for the day. You guys will take some rations out of your bag of holding. We'll take 6 more. You guys have like 92 left, which is okay.
Do we want to check out this Kir Sabal place?
Yeah, we're right here. We
Yeah.
might as well.
You guys can do that. Yeah, let's tell the combat tracker that you had a rest. That'll be a long rest. There you go. I'm going to add another day to your to the total. Let's see. How many days? What do you guys have for total days? I've got 31 days since you first got to Port Nines Arbor. So about a month now that you've been on Schultz. And I said that you guys had 150 days before the heroes started dying off. So sure, you pull up on the shore. You know that there is this Kir Sabal. You have no clue what it is, but it is a location that has been on the map.
Let's check it out.
Just curious, is our plan to just visit Kir Sabal and come back, or are we going to cut across Needle Bones, Wreck of the Narwhal, and then hit the ocean or just the coast there?
That's up to you guys.
Well, let's see what happens at Kir Sabal first, and then we'll see from there.
Let's go. We're going on a trip.
So it's going to be another day's travel. So let's go ahead and we'll leave the boat there. You guys will go ahead and move 2 more squares. We'll go from Nangalore. You guys are here. Next day happens. Let's get a random jungle encounter. Anybody have the jungle encounter? I believe that would be you, either Orve, I believe, Darganoff.
I can roll it.
All right.
Oh, both of us did.
All right. So you guys are luckily there's no encounter.
Is
The
this
lower
the same
you roll,
day?
the better. This is the second day now. So now
are
we
we-
are at 32 days now.
Do we expect to arrive in Kir Sabal before this day is over?
Absolutely, yeah. You guys know that it, according to your map, it would probably be about a 2-day travel or so.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and use Eton's spice kit then.
Okay.
Give everyone some buffs.
Okay. Let's go ahead and clear up the combat tracker as well. You're no longer poisoned, blinded. Let's see. Everybody looks good to go for effects and conditions. So we will go ahead and take all of that off. And you guys, of course, this is part of your traveling as well. No encounters. So as you guys are getting close to Kir Sabal, this is you actually see that there is a very large cliff, because as you get to the location, you don't see anything. So you're like, oh crap, this map is inaccurate, it's wrong, we just wasted a day's travel coming here for nothing. So everybody give me a perception check. You don't have to put it in the tower, just give me a perception check really quick. Because there's just a huge, there is a massive cliff in front of you. So Omi, as everybody's looking around and they're all scratching your head, they're like, wow. So with you and with Vey, both of you, you kind of look up on this, I don't know if you scratch your chin or scratch your head or whatever, but there is a huge cliff, and there's like a big tall plateau on the top of it, it looks like. But as you're looking, it looks like you see, wow, there is a bunch of buildings that are actually molded into the side of this cliff. And I'm going to show an image to you. So this is what you see from the base or from the ground level as you look up. You can see all of these buildings molded into the side of this cliff.
I swear, if this is where our bird friend ran off to, I'm going to kill him myself.
And and this goes from up to about 500 feet or so above the ground. And there is there's actually one huge building, or maybe even a main building, that has this huge circular maze-like symbol that's carved into the face of that building. And, as you're looking up, every, couple of minutes or so, as you guys are just kind of like in awe of seeing this, you're like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. it looks like you can see some bird folk flying around. And you guys would know these as being Aarakocra.
I lift up a spoon to shield the sun from my eyes and say, well, never seen anything like that before. Look, guys. I pointed out.
Anyone else? Nothra, you've been pretty quiet. Zero, you've been pretty quiet. But you have a reason. The wild magic surge has taken your microphone out. So feel
What
free
do I
to
know
put
of
anything
these?
in chat, 010.
What do I know of these Aarakocra?
You can
Well,
go ahead.
You guys
and-
used to have one in your party, didn't you?
Yeah, we used to have a friend that was an Aarakocra, but he disappeared
That
a
was
while
before
ago.
me, though.
Yeah, he went off to lay that golden egg, I think.
God.
He could be here. We don't know.
You know, this is what the Aarakocra look like. You know,
It looks just
they're
like our friend.
bird humanoids. I mean, they have wings. They fly. Give me a history check, Vey. You wanted to know what you
Alright.
knew of the Aarakocra? Not too much. You know of the Aarakocra, but you don't know really anything about them. They're
Alright.
mysterious bird-like humanoids.
Don't know of them.
You know of them, yes.
Okay.
You don't know any of the lore or history of them, but yes, you know of them.
Okay. I just know that there's some bird people.
Yes.
I'm gonna think
you know
back
that you
to-
could keep up with them on your flying broom too. Well, actually, they probably outfly you a little bit, but yeah, you could fly with them though on your broom.
Whoa, challenge accepted.
I'll get you, my pretty. With their 8 freaking charisma, but I know that has nothing to do with comeliness. So, of course, you don't have crooked teeth and messed up hair and stuff. I was just.
Oh, this broom can fly at 50 feet. Flying speed's 50 feet. Surely I can beat them.
You could probably contend with them, yes. Speaking out of character, they have a pretty good flight, but
They
their
do
flight,
fly on up there and challenge
their
one of them to a race.
their flight is just as much as your broom.
Be
But
careful.
that's speaking out of character, of course. So.
I'll catch one at the red light and rev my broomstick.
Be careful. They might confuse it. They might confuse it as you try to partake in one of their mating rituals. You keep flying around with them.
Well, I do have a stick, so
So it looks
we could use the front of this broomstick for something good.
Oh my gosh! Back that thing up. You were totally going to hell for that. So you guys are at Kir Sabal. Looks like it is the home to a flock of Aarakocra. And there's a huge building that has a maze-like symbol.
So do we want to try to get their attention?
I don't
Yeah,
see why
let's
not.
See what we can find out from them.
All right. So as you guys are looking around, it does look like...
Scout ahead and look for a path.
Actually, there is a path. Because as you guys are all looking around, it looks like there is a stone staircase that just switchbacks and zigs back and forth all the way up that at least 500 feet up into the air. No rails, it's just stairs on the side of the cliff. Definitely a pretty dangerous trek because, of course, it just doesn't look... I mean, you can do it. There may be you may have to be careful in certain places and stuff, but it looks like the ramps and the steps as you guys are kind of looking and surveying it looks like they're mostly intact. At some points there's some wooden walkways and some wooden bridges that go from one part of the cliff to another part of the cliff. But of course the Aarakocra don't need those because they can fly.
So probably not very well used.
They, it doesn't, they probably aren't that used because, I mean, there are some damaged portions of this. Probably looks like it would probably take about an hour, and that's kind of being careful and stuff.
Let's call them down, see if they'll fly us up.
Fly you up. I say under my breath.
As you're still sitting on your broomstick.
Oh, you know it.
Well, aren't we at the top of the cliffs? We got to climb down, right? Or are we on the
No.
bottom? I thought we were at the top.
No, as you can see in the image, there's the river that's in the image below you. Well, a small little lake, not a river. My bad. But yeah, no, you're gonna have to climb up. You're not on the no. Like I said, you're on the ground level looking up because you thought that this Kir Sabal was marked on the map and you didn't see anything. That's when they, basically they and me looked up and saw, oh wow, look, it's on the side of this big cliff that is on the location on the map.
So our options are we could have they fly up to greet them, or we could all try to climb up this ramp thing, whatever it is.
I'm not going by myself. I'm scared.
They probably doesn't want to go by herself.
So the
We'll
ramp
get the
it
hoof in
is.
it.
Ramp it is. Maybe we'll get some attention on the way up.
All right. So why don't you guys talk about that for a second? What say you, adventurers? What did you guys think? Or do you want to skip Kir Sabal altogether and just say, yeah, we don't want to mess with these Aarakocra. We're just going to move on. So, but what do you guys think?
Well, I have something simple we can try before we do any of those things, guys. If we find a clearing, grab a whole bunch of like dead jungle debris, and spell like a giant hello on the ground and light it on fire. See if we can attract their attention.
I like that. So you want to get their attention by, oh my gosh, this is the stuff that I actually really like about players coming up with all these impromptu types of Dungeon Masters guides. They don't mention anything about stuff like this, and I always entertain all of that great kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm for that if you want to do that.
I'm 100% with getting to know these guys, because what better scouts if we make an alliance with them?
Action.
Maybe we can find some golden eggs.
I'm thinking maybe we could find some help finding these pirates, or maybe they know something about the Star Goddess, being that the air is kind of their domain.
Yeah, there could be a lot of golden eggs up there.
Or we could have golden eggs. But only if it makes golden omelets, because that's all I'm interested in, really.
This would taste like absolute shite, probably. All right, so you guys take a couple of minutes. You guys rustle up enough dead branches and leaves and foliage, and you spell hello. And I guess you light it on fire?
Yeah, Zero can have
You
the
some-
honors.
He of course. Zero's got a trigger finger. He's always wanting to firebolt something.
As a side
All right.
note, I think they'd be popular because everybody's paying a fortune for the gold-covered chicken wings right now.
He's cast it. This erupts into a blaze, and this thing's on fire. You can feel the heat coming off of it. There's smoke going all over the place and then after several minutes or so, you can so what is everybody doing as this is going on? Are you guys kind of just standing out in the open, or are you guys kind of bushwhacking it and hiding in the bushes and in the jungle, or are you guys staying out in the open?
I'm trying to wave them down.
Stay in the ocean.
Okay.
Yep.
Stay in the open.
I'll play a spoon song while try to make some more noise.
So a couple of Aarakocra, after several minutes of you guys burning all of this stuff, you can see several Aarakocra emerge from the cliffs, and they're flying in a circle, and they're descending down to where they see you guys jumping up into the air, waving, and doing YMCA and whatever you're doing to get their attention. And two female, after a couple of minutes, because they take their time getting down to you, they're kind of surveying the area, and they land And as soon as they land, you notice that they are two very beautiful Aarakocra, bright feathers. You could definitely know that they're females from their body parts. And
They're chicken breasts.
Exactly. They've got plump chicken breast. And now I'm really going to get in trouble because
That tender white meat.
yeah, they introduce themselves. They say welcome to Kir Sabal. They speak in a very, very real soft voice, and they say welcome to Kir Sabal. And one introduces herself as Christy O'Connor, and the other introduces herself as Summer McMack. And these two Aarakocra, they're totally going to kill me on the comment section, especially talking about their. Never mind. But anyway, they introduce themselves, Christy O'Connor and Summer McMack, and they instantly take a liking to Shen and Darganoth. And they just keep looking over your ways, Shen and Darganoth. And they ask you, we saw that you were saying hello, so we wanted to come down here and see what you needed. Are you in any type of distress? Do you need any help? Why do you seek refuge here at Kir Sabal? We are just a peaceful clan of Aarakocra, 56 in total.
I kind of shy away a little uncomfortable being eyed at, so I can't decide if she wants to eat me or, eat me. So.
Oh boy,
Hey,
you're totally going to hell for that.
Oh, we had a companion named Ares in our party once who was one of your kind. And we thought we'd come pay you a visit and sometime, as he suggested, and see if we could trade, see if there's any information we could offer one another, and just request your hospitality.
Ares, yes, we remember Ares. I believe he stayed here for some time. He would come and worship in the monastery that we have, but then all of a sudden he just disappeared and never came back. I mean, he didn't say goodbye, nothing, gave us no warning. He just disappeared one day. But Ares, he was an unusual fellow. He was pretty quiet. He always kept to himself.
Yeah, he traveled with us for a time, and he said if we're ever in the area, we should check out his home.
Well, welcome to Kir Sabal. It wasn't his home, but he had stayed with us for a little bit, and like I said, he would use our monastery all of the time.
Might we be invited up to visit you?
You most certainly may be invited up to Kir Sabal. You may walk up the stairs, or one of you has flying capability as well. Maybe we could also help you get up there. But anyways, they basically offer their services, that they can actually fly you guys up.
You looking at my stick?
They are definitely... No, they're not looking at your stick, per se, but there are a couple adventurers in the group that they're kind of checking out, because they actually always fight over them on the forums anyway, the YouTube comments, so that's why I kind of introduced them into the game. I'm sure when they see this, I wonder what they're going to say. That'd be pretty funny.
So I want to get this straight. You're offering me a ride?
Yes, they are willing to help get you up to the living area of the Aarakocra. And like I said, there's 56 of these Aarakocra in total, because they've told you this. And they have a teacher that, he's the leader of the community. They say that he is an incredibly old Aarakocra, and his name is Ashara. And all of us Aarakocra, we refer to him as the teacher. And, basically they revere him like a living saint. They say he is intelligent, he's ambitious, and somewhat manipulative, but he's never cruel or insensitive. So you are more than welcome to meet him.
To visit and meet and speak with him.
Sure. So to kind of fast forward, they bring you guys up to Eric Cochran.